Chapter 1 of Uncle Remus and Brer Rabbit. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Phil Shinver. Uncle Remus and Brer Rabbit by Joel Chandler Harris. The Creatures Go to the Barbecue. "Once 'pon a time," said Uncle Remus to the little boy. "But when was once upon a time?" the child interrupted to ask. The old man smiled. "I 'speck 'twuz one time or two times, an' maybe a time an' a half. You know, when Johnny Ash cake 'gun ter bake. Well, 'twuz long in dem days. Once 'pon a time," he resumed, "Mr. Man had a gyarden so fine dat all de neighbors come ter see it. Some 'ud look at it over de fence, some 'ud peek thoo de cracks, an' some 'ud come an' look at it by de light er de stars. An' one un um wuz ol' Brer Rabbit. Starlight, moonlight, cloudlight, de night light wuz de light fer him. When de turn er de mornin' come, he 'uz allers up an' about, a feelin' purty well, I thank you, suh. Now, den, you done hear what I say. Dar wuz Mr. Man, yander wuz de gyarden, an' here wuz ol' Brer Rabbit." Uncle Remus made a map of this part of the story by marking in the sand with his walking cane. "Well, dis bein' de case, what you speck gwine ter happen? Nothin' in de roun' worl' but what been happenin' sence greens an' sparrowgrass wuz planted in de groun'. Dey look fine, an' dey tas'e fine, an' 'long to'rds de shank er de mornin', Brer Rabbit 'ud creep thoo de crack in de fence an' nibble at um. He'd take de greens, but leave his tracks, mo' speshually right atter a rain. Takin' an' leavin', it's de way er de worl'. Well, one mornin', Mr. Man went out in his truck patch an' he fine sump'n missin'. A cabbage here, a turnip dar, an' a mess er beans yonder. An' he ax, how come dis? He look 'roun', he did, an' he seed Brer Rabbit's tracks what he couldn't take wid 'im. Brer Rabbit had lef' his shoes at home an' come barfooted. So Mr. Man, he call his dogs. Here Buck, here Brinjer, here Blue, an' he sick um on de track, an' here dey went. Ooh, you'd 'a' thunk dey wuz runnin' atter 40 lem rhinoceroses fum de fuss dey made. Brer Rabbit, he hear um comin', an' he put out fer home, kinder doublin' 'roun' like he do deze days. When he got ter de p'int whar he kin set down fer ter rest his face an' his han's, he tuck a poplar leaf an' he 'gun ter fan hisse'f. Den Brer Fox come a trottin' up. He say, "Brer Rabbit, what's all dis fuss I hear in de woods? What de name er goodness do it mean?" Brer Rabbit kinder scratch his head an' 'low, "Why, deyer tryin' fer ter drive me ter de big barbecue on de creek. Dey all ax me, an' when I 'fuse, dey say dey ain't gwineter ter make me go anyhow. Dey ain't no fun in bein' ez populous ez what I is, Brer Fox. Ef you wanter go, des git ahead er de houn's an' go lickety-split down de big road." Brer Fox roll his little eyes an' lick his chops whar he dribble at de mouf, an' put out ter de barbecue. An' he ain't mo' dan made his disappearance 'fo' here comes Brer Wolf, an' when he got de news, off he put, an' he ain't mo'n got outer sight 'fo' here comes ol' Brer B'er. An' when he hear talk er de bakin' meat an' de big pan er gravy, he sot up on his behin' legs an' snorted. Den off he put, an' he ain't got outer hearin' 'fo' Brer Coon come rackin' up, an' when he got de news, he put out. So dar dey wuz, an' what you gwine do about it? It seem like dey all got in front er de dogs got behind um, an' Brer Rabbit sot by de creek side laughin' an' hittin' at de snake doctors. An' dem po' creeturs had ter go clean past de barbecue, ef dey wuz any barbecue, which I don't skacely 'speck der wuz. Dat what made me say what I does. When you git a invite to de barbecue, you better find out when an' whar it's at, an' who's runnin' it. End of chapter 1.